Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening. You're watching 7 minutes of nonstop news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I'm Carrie Roper. Thank you for joining us for 7 at 7 p.m. on this Monday, February 8th. Now let's get to our top story, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police provided more information relating to last week's officer-involved shooting at Range 702, in which an officer was attacked with a screwdriver. Today, Metro identified the suspect who was shot and killed by police and 2 bystanders involved. Police releasing surveillance video of what started out as grand larceny and quickly escalated.
Officers attempted to grab Mr. Payton, but he pulled away and still refused to listen to the officers. Officers attempted to grab Mr. Payton by his arms once again to gain control of him. This time, Mr. Payton pulled away and produced a screwdriver from his pocket and violently attacked the officers. The coroner usually makes that call, but the suspect was struck numerous times, so usually you can't make that determination, but I would say I don't know which bullet killed him, but he was struck numerous times. So,
in more news, a mountain lion sighting caught on camera. The large wildcat was spotted on a Ring video camera in a residential neighborhood near Hualapai Way and West Desert Inn Road on Friday night. The video shows the lion jumping a residential fence, and that footage quickly going viral online. Las Vegas police received 2 calls for service, but there is no confirmation that the cat has been returned to the wild. Now, this isn't the first sighting. Last July, another mountain lion was spotted in a far west neighborhood in Summerlin. Las Vegas firefighters responded to a 2-alarm blaze at a vacant school early this morning, just before 8:30 a.m. Fire officials were called to the vacant St. Joseph Catholic School on East Bridger Avenue, where heavy smoke was coming from the building. Most of the blaze was confined to the attic and roof. According to fire officials, as they arrived on scene, squatters were seen leaving the building. The former elementary school closed in 2013 and has been abandoned for the past 2 years. Now it's time for your weather, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa. We have some warm temperatures to look forward to this week. Today's high was around 69 degrees, and tonight is expected to dip down to the mid-40s. Tomorrow's high isn't expected to get much higher than the mid-60s with some clouds, though the rest of your week looks like it will stay in the low 70s with partly cloudy skies. In your entertainment news, it looks like Sting won't be opening his residency at Caesars Palace after all. The performer was set for a run at the Coliseum in May, but that has been pulled from the calendar and rescheduled for next year. The singer's official Twitter account announced the decision, saying it was made after careful consideration. This will be the 3rd time the dates have moved. Ticket holders for the May performances will have their tickets moved to a new date for June 2022 with the same seats. Las Vegas icon Jimmy Kimmel revealed that he was offered a stake in the Vegas Golden Knights. The late-night talk show host told Bill Maher on his real-time program that he was offered a chance to purchase 1% of the hockey team. Kimmel said he declined the offer because of Maher's experience owning a stake in the New York Mets for 10 years.
Sports, sponsored by Scenic Brewing Company. With this sports update, I'm Cassie Soto. The UNLV men's and women's basketball programs received an outstanding $8 million donation from the James J. Baumberger estate, the largest estate gift in Rebels athletics history. Baumberger was a German immigrant who settled in Las Vegas in the 1960s and was a dedicated fan of UNLV basketball. The donation will help provide scholarships and strategic support to the basketball programs. And if you're a Raiders fan, you'll be happy to know that 2 more silver and black legends will be headed to Canton. Former quarterback and head coach Tom Flores and defensive back Charles Woodson will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2021. Now here's the latest in sports betting. The Nevada Gaming Control Board will release the official state Super Bowl betting handle on Tuesday. Station casinos and the Westgate Sportsbooks each reported the handle was up over last year's Super Bowl, which generated $154.7 million in bets.
After heating up last year despite widespread economic pain, Las Vegas's housing market started 2021 ahead. Renee Summerhour has more.
Yeah, Carrie, the president of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Nevada Properties said in a news release that the market, quote, continues to perform better during the pandemic than most of us expected. He also said they are especially encouraged when considering that January is usually the slowest months for both home sales and prices. RJ real estate reporter Eli Siegel tells us what we have to look forward to.
Las Vegas's housing market is really not showing any signs of a major slowdown right now. Home prices have been flat for a couple of months, but they are flat at all-time highs, and the prices are still up 13% from where they were a year ago. People are still buying more homes than they were at the same point last year.
For more on this story, log on to lvrj.com. Carrie?
In your lifestyle news sponsored by Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Las Vegas is seeing more interest in condos that is changing the market. One of the partners with CARRIE Capital tells us more about this change.
Historically, it's been buyers, local buyers who are moving in from the suburbs, but now, we've been seeing more buyers coming from Southern California. But more interestingly than that is, since the Raiders came here, we are now seeing a ton of buyers coming from Northern California, and actually now we're seeing buyers come from all over the country.
In your health news, Nevada public health officials reported 548 new COVID-19 cases and 2 additional deaths today. The new numbers bring statewide totals to just under 285,000 cases. While new cases fell below the 2-week moving average, health officials say reporting over weekends can result in lower than average figures on Mondays. Now, it's important to note that state experts often adjust the data later to better reflect the onset of the illness or date of death, so the daily reports don't match the final totals for a given date. That's all for today's 7 at 7 p.m. from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I'm Carrie Roper. Thanks for joining us tonight. Be sure to get every bit of local news you need in 7 minutes with 7 at 7 from LVRJ.com. You can also catch us on the RJ mobile app, Roku, Apple TV, and so much more. And we hope you'll join us again tomorrow morning for 7 at 7 a.m. Have a great night.
Review-Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.